When I first read episode 1, I was very aware that it was very different to the sort of classical start of it, where D'Artagnan meets the three of them, and indeed everyone else in a very particular way, and there's a sort of symmetry to it. There's a kind of very obvious pattern to it, which I love, but actually everybody who knows the story, that's the bit they know the best. They know that he ends up challenging all three of them to a duel on the same day. I like the fact that this is different because I think that's, it's been done. It's a story that has been done a lot.
For me, initially the sword stuff was, it took me a while to get it, to the level it's at now, and it's still not perfect. It requires a lot more work than the horse riding stuff. But it's, the sword fighting guys, the team, Roman and his boys, they're very patient, they're very passionate. So, their passion and patience kind of reflects in our work. Because the sword fights are choreographed in such an artistic way, it makes it so enjoyable.
What I love is that, it'll say on the page, Aramis shoves the red guard to the side and moves on, but on the day you're arriving, you're not really just shoving him. These guys are really creative with what they're actually ducking. He's punching you, you're headbutting him, elbowing another guy, chucking him over your shoulder. So I guess there's a flashiness to it, a relishing in the battle. I think, for me it's that there's a relish in everything.
I think the other thing that's tricky about the fights is you kind of learn it in cycles, and even the stunt guys say this. You learn it move by move, and you start slow and you speed up, and then you sort of go, I've got it, and then you rehearse it again, and you've kind of forgotten it, and you kind of have to learn it sort of twice, or at least, twice or three times before it's properly gelled in.
It's like that physical memory has to become a part of you, so you don't think about it, and it's natural.
You're trying to get to the point where you don't think about it, so...
And then in the heat, you're an autopilot, really.
Yeah, I mean that's the one thing that's almost helpful about the heat, is it kind of turns your brain off on some of you. You don't actually, sort of can't think.
Yeah. This is different because you're using swords, daggers, and you're wearing all of this stuff. I don't have a pair of shorts on. In a ring or something, I'm wearing this big uniform, and which is slightly inhibiting at points. You have to adapt and move differently. You can't just punch someone in the same way, or you can't turn on a sixpence in the same way.
We've all had the odd knock and the odd little injury, and you feel like you're back at square one because you're, having to think about not making it any worse.
At boot camp, it was kind of, we were cantering and stuff, but it was all very supervised. We were only doing kind of trots and formations and stuff like that. But now we've got the confidence to know that we can just we can do bigger, kind of braver things with horses.
I think even not that long ago, if we were doing a scene where we had to sort of like gallop very fast over a slightly tricky surface, there'd be a moment of saying something approaching a little prayer, like, I hope this goes okay.
My horse doesn't like to stand still, he's very fidgety, you just get more confident. Even when they're banging their head against you when you're standing, before it was sort of like, what's he doing? Or it tries to bite you, now it's like, you're very, just feels very natural, very confident around them. So
mine stays in character between takes. It's a shame really, but I have less time to catch up on things.
No, but they do become more relaxed as you become more relaxed, and I can feel the difference between sitting on a horse and being able to ride it rather than it riding you. Whereas at the beginning it's like you can kind of feel that you're sitting on the back of a horse.
Sorry, I got an image in my head.